Seonkyoung long guest. Welcome to Asian at Home. And this video was sponsored by the National Pork Board, and thank you so much. And I cannot wait to share this amazing Char Siu recipe with you that you can make on the weekend or meal prep day, and using this Char Siu meat throughout the whole weekdays in different dishes. I'm gonna show you how to do that at the end of the video. So let's get into this beautiful piece of whole pork loin. I got this from Sam's Club, and look at this. This will feed an army, okay? So for today's recipe, I will need only a half of this pork loin. I'm gonna cut it half right here, and I'm going to use this piece of pork right here that has a little bit more the darker meat and the white meat that kind of mixed. This is what we're gonna use for the Char Siu. Seonkyoung, I used to have for your recipe. What I wanna do with this big piece? Don't worry, I have a plenty pork recipe for you. So this is a little more wide cut. This will be perfect for my tonkatsu recipe. So I have a recipe like right here, and I put the link down below to check that recipe out. And another piece like right in the middle right here will be perfect for my lemongrass pork recipe. Go ahead and check it out, recipe right here as well. So don't be afraid to buy this whole entire pork loin. There's so many variety ways to cook this. So yeah, it's so easy, so quick. Weeknight, weekend night, anytime, whatever you wanna cook. Now I'm gonna cut this piece of the pork loin that I'm gonna use Char Siu in half in lengthwise. You know, best part of cooking this Char Siu with this pork loin is that you just need to cook this big piece in the oven, and ta-da, it will be done before you know it. Put my pork into a baking dish. Right now, let's make the marinade. So in a mixing bowl, combine 1/3 cup of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce, 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, 2 tablespoons of shaoxing wine, Chinese cooking wine, 1/4 cup of honey, and 5 cloves of garlic that I'm just gonna grate it in my zester. Lastly, 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, and this is my secret. Yes, I understand the traditional Char Siu recipe, you have to add this red fermented bean curd in here. That's where the red color coming from and everything. But I understand that it's really kind of hard ingredients to get for most of you guys, so I decided to use this smoked paprika. One, it will give a beautiful red color instead of using the red coloring, and second, it will give a beautiful smoky flavor that barbecue always need. You know what I mean? So let's add in, and I'm gonna whisk everything together. Oh, by the way, you can definitely add about 1 teaspoon of Chinese 5 spice here because it has beautiful aroma, but I decided not to use it today's recipe because I'm going to make this pork Char Siu in very many different ways, and I found that the Chinese 5 spice can be a little overpowering some of the dishes, so I just decided to just go without it. Totally fine. Let's bring the pork right here, and we are gonna pour this marinade. And make sure to have about 1/4 cup of marinade left because we're gonna add a little extra honey to the marinade and brush onto the pork while we are cooking. Oh, look at the color. It's already so beautiful. Cover and marinate it at least 6 hours in the refrigerator, or if you can, go ahead and marinate 1 or 2 days even. Yes. They look gorgeous to me. I'm gonna set aside right here because we need to prepare our baking pan. So I have a large baking pan that lined with the parchment paper. You can also line with aluminum foil as well. We are doing so because when the marinade is dripping to the pan and burnt, it's gonna ruin your pan. It's gonna be really hard to clean up, so make sure you cover the pan, okay? And I put a cooling rack right here like this so they will evenly all crust up. Place on the cooling rack. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I'm so excited. Oh, my mouth is already watering. Tap some marinade out. I've been heating my oven on high broil about 10 minutes now. Let's pop these bad boys into the broiler until the inner temperature reaches to 145 degrees Fahrenheit, because that's best temperature for the pork, the most juiciest and moist. While the pork is cooking, let's make the glaze that we're gonna brush on later. So into the saved marinade that we have about 1/4 cup, and now I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of more honey. This is where all the sweetness, or the sticky and shininess coming from. The time is up. We are going to brush the glaze all over on the pork. Then flip it over, brush the glaze all over on the pork, and cook another 10 to 12 minutes, or until the inner temperature of the pork reaches 145 Fahrenheit. Look at this gorgeous beauty. The last touch, I'm gonna brush a little more honey. Oh yes. Do you see how juicy that is? 145 magic.
Oh my little honeydew, I wish you saw you the way I do.
Oh my goodness, so good. Cheers.
Your voice sounds like a lullaby.
You might have to cook the whole entire 6 pounds of the pork loin with this recipe, not only half, because this 1.5 pound right here is not gonna last tonight. Seriously, it's so good. Yeah, I think you should buy the whole entire this pork loin from Sam's Club, and as long as you follow my recipe, you don't have to worry about it's properly done or not, because it will be following my direction. I showed you how to make the char siu, so now I'm going to show you how to use the char siu to make a really satisfying meals in 4 ways. Number 1 is ramen. Cook your favorite ramen noodles. Just simply top it up with this pork char siu. You can heat it up on the pan or on the broiler or even microwave. However you like, just heat it up and put it onto the ramen. The second option is rice bowl. Just simply a warm bowl of rice. Top with as many slices of this char siu as you like. Mix a tablespoon of soy sauce and honey and pour all over. Then top it up with some green onions. Meal 2 is done. Let's go number 3. It's chow mein. Heat a wok over high heat. Add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil and 1 clove of chopped garlic. Add prepared char siu, chow mein noodles, 1/4 cup of chicken stock, and 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Stir fry away. Last finale, add some green onions. Toss it all together. And you're done. Well, you can top it off with some sesame seeds and sesame oil as well, but that is that simple. Your family meal is done. Okay, are you ready for number 4? It's just a really simple lunch idea, which is just your favorite mixed green, some char siu on top, and your favorite dressing. I mean, you can check it out, my oriental dressing right here, or ginger dressing right here, or whatever your favorite dressing is. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome. Thanks to the National Pork Board for sponsoring this video, and if you guys loved my char siu recipe and 4 ways to enjoy the char siu, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe my channel for more inspirations and idea of Asian home cooking. Thank you so much for watching me today, and remember, you can always cook Asian food at your house, making it easy and fun. I'm Seonkyoung Longast, and this is Asian at Home. And I'll see you next time. Bye!
Time